This is the ultimate course on copywriting, an incredibly valuable skill that can pay over $100,000 per year or even millions for those at the top of their craft. I know a copywriter working from his basement who makes $200,000. Others like Dan Kennedy and Gary Halbert amassed millions writing simple assets like sales letters. The reason this skill pays so well is because it's directly tied to sales. You persuade people to buy things, to give you money. But unlike a salesperson, your skill as a copywriter is scalable. Your copywriting can generate sales from millions of people, but a salesperson can only speak to one customer at a time. I manage copywriting for leading companies including Sony PlayStation and 2 Google-affiliated startups. I worked with some of the world's top copywriters, including Bob Bly, author of the Copywriter's Handbook, and some of the top agencies, including Mediacom and Publicis. I have an MBA from the #1 business school for marketing, Philip Kotler's Kellogg School of Management. Traditionally, copywriting meant writing advertisements. Today, it generally means any writing done for marketing purposes or to promote products and services. Examples include writing for emails, websites, articles, Facebook ads, Google ads, Amazon product listings, App Store listings, billboards, direct mail, social media posts, and YouTube scripts. One of the best examples of modern copywriting is a Facebook ad. For example, let's say you're selling a waterproof backpack. You write maybe 3 paragraphs persuading people to buy it, talking about why it's such a wonderful backpack. You mention a special limited time offer, such as 30% off if they buy in the next 3 days. And you create a video showing off the backpack with a famous influencer or model. You write a script for that video. If your copywriting is good, people will click the ad, go to your website, and buy the product. That brings me to another common example of modern copywriting: landing pages. A landing page is a simple web page that promotes something specific. In this case, you're promoting a backpack, and people arrive on that landing page when they click your Facebook ad. You have to come up with a good headline or title for that page, something in large, bold text that makes people want to buy. Below that, you have a subheadline that provides a little more detail. And further down, you see body copy, the paragraphs that give even more details. And there will be a button that includes a call to action, something like buy now or sign up to get a discount. If you simply master the skill of writing Facebook ads and landing pages, you can become very wealthy, because those 2 things alone can produce millions of dollars from product sales. In fact, sometimes all you need to master is writing the ad itself. For example, let's say you sell a product on TikTok Shop. In that case, you don't need a landing page at all. All you really need is a really persuasive TikTok ad. If you really want to master copywriting, I suggest you specialize. For example, get really good at writing social media ads for cosmetics, or writing direct mail for expensive business software. To help you choose a specialty, consider that there are generally 2 types of products: cheap ones and expensive ones. Cheap products don't involve salespeople. Customers just click your ad and buy the product. Expensive products have a more elaborate sales process. Customers speak to someone who then convinces them to buy. Cheap products include clothing, cosmetics, supplements, video games, books, and electronics. Expensive products include industrial equipment, services, business software, houses, cars, and so on. So think about which you would rather do: sell an expensive product or a cheap one. A cheap product may be easier to sell, but you'll need a lot more people to buy to make any serious money. Expensive products are harder to sell and involve collaborating with salespeople, but you don't need as many customers to make serious money. Another factor to consider is whether you want to sell to consumers or to businesses. Writing for ordinary consumers is known as business-to-consumer copywriting. Writing for businesses is known as business-to-business copywriting. For example, an ordinary person is not going to buy a $100,000 factory machine or software for a human resources department. Here, you have to persuade various managers within a company to buy your product. When you sell products to small business owners and freelancers, your approach is kind of a hybrid. Your copywriting will look a bit like business to consumer and a bit like business to business. And the amount of money involved is normally somewhere in between. Small businesses might pay you $3,000 for a contract instead of $100,000, but that's still a lot more than a $100 consumer purchase. This course covers all the various types of copywriting. As you go through the lectures, consider what type of copywriting resonates most with you so you can pick a specialty. I'll walk you through various tactics, including writing headlines, body copy, sales letters, cold emails, YouTube titles, case studies, direct mail, and more. I'll show you how to use AI to better understand your customers' needs and maximize your copywriting impact. I'll give you copywriting frameworks for different situations. For example, storytelling works really well when your product is difficult to understand. But if the product is simple, you can use a more direct approach with evidence. I'll show you frameworks I developed and give you advice from leading copywriters like David Ogilvy and Dan Kennedy. I'll teach you the science of persuasion and get into the nitty-gritty details of execution. Let's begin.